This video was made possible by the 𝐸𝐴 Creator Network. Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time watching. So we are here today with a very exciting video. This is the first speed build that I'm doing with the new Sims 4 Adventure Awaits expansion pack. And before we get too much further into the video, I just want to tell you guys, I'm doing this in a way weird order, but we are going to be building a playground park type thing. Think summer camp, but also it's mainly centered around fun activities, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of playground things, there's a lot of fun things for kids to do. So in my head, this camp could be for sleepaway camp, so Sims could come here for a couple of days, or maybe it's something that's just a day camp and kid Sims just come visit it for the day or something like that. But before we get too much further into discussing that, and I will say this build was a little bit out of my comfort zone, I will tell you why in just a minute. But before we get into that too much further, I do want to say a huge thank you to the Creator Network for giving me early access to this pack and for giving me this special early access version of the pack. So for those of you that are new to the channel, you might not know this, but I am currently playing, or I was playing when I built this, I was playing on a completely separate version of the game. So this isn't my normal game where I have my reshade and my mods and all of my other packs and everything like that. This is a completely separate version of the game that gets added to your library, and it only has the base game and the new pack. And you can't mod it obviously because it is a completely different version of the game. It's a more updated version of the game, so mods won't work with it, and all of that other fun stuff. So I'm currently, or I was playing with a completely separate version of the game, hence no mods. Which, as someone who builds with the tool mod a lot, it's always a little bit of a fun adjustment having to build with these early access versions of the game and not having my build mods with me. But also, it's not the final software. So if you notice any bugs or things like that, I didn't really notice any bugs when I was building. I didn't do a whole ton of gameplay when I was playtesting this. I did playtest this camp quite extensively, but I didn't do any other specifically gameplay focused things like looking for bugs and all of that stuff. I know some simmers were doing a lot of gameplay and they did notice a couple of bugs and things like that, but a lot of those are things that the team were already aware of, or that they are now aware of now that we've played with it, and that they will be looking into, and a lot of that stuff will also already be fixed by the time that the pack actually comes out for everyone. So that's just a little heads up. This isn't the final software, so if you notice any bugs or weirdness or anything like that, then yeah, just a heads up, it's not the pack that will ship out to everyone else when it comes out. And then also, that's just a little disclaimer that I have to put on these videos, but also my own personal little disclaimer. As you can hear, I am sick, which is not fun. And I know in my last video I was coughing already, and I was telling you guys that I was getting over a cold. Surprise, it came back with a vengeance. And I have been coughing my head off, and because of that, my voice is gone. I don't know, you can hear it. If you haven't listened to any of my other videos, you probably don't know the difference. But for those of you that know my videos, I'm currently sounding very weird. And that is just because my voice is gone. And there's nothing I can do about it. I can't put this voiceover off any longer. I want to get this video out. The embargo lifts later today at the time that I'm recording this. So I want to get this done so that I can get it out, because I want to start sharing these videos that I've recorded. So you guys are just going to have to put up with me being a little bit croaky or weird, and I'm going to try and not overdo it with my voice. So I haven't been doing a very good job of it so far, but I'm going to be trying to speak a little bit slower and not run out of breath as much, because that just makes a chance that I'm going to start coughing all that much larger, and once I start, it's a whole thing. So yeah, hopefully I can hold off on that a little bit. But if I feel like my voice is going too much, and if I'm like overtaxing myself a little bit too much, I don't know if this will happen with this video, but I do have 3 other builds already. I have 2 of them are done, 1 of them is like 90% finished. So yeah, I have 3 other builds already done basically that I also want to share with you guys. So not necessarily in this video, but maybe in some of the others, if I notice that my throat is just like really not playing ball, or like I end up having a bad day with the coughing and all of that stuff, I might just put on some music. I'll still do some of the voiceover, but if I notice that, you know what, this is getting to be a little bit too much for me, I will just put it on some music, and then I will still do the tour at the end, obviously, to give you a proper look at everything and to like walk you through the build. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a heads up, just until I can get over whatever this is. I have gone to the doctors, I have gotten medicine, now I'm just waiting for it to like all kick in and start working properly, so that I can feel a little bit more human, because this is not fun. But yeah, so moving back to the build, like I said, it's supposed to be a campground. I did see someone on Discord actually posting, when we got access to this pack, they posted a picture of a camp, like not really a campground, because they just did like 2 quick little tent builds, and I cannot remember who exactly it was. I will put their name up on the screen for you guys if I can find it. I believe it might have been, honestly I cannot for the life of me remember who it was. The name is like on the tip of my tongue, but I didn't want to say the wrong person. So if I can find the name, I will put their name up on the screen for you, because yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago by now. I might have to scroll back quite a bit, but I'll try and find it. But basically they posted a picture of how you could build like tents with using the roofing pieces, and that was just something that kind of like made my brain go into overdrive and try and like figuring out all of like what I could do with that. So I played around with it quite a bit, as you guys probably saw at the beginning. I had to cut out a few things with this build. I also cut out some furnishing, mostly just of this little like outdoor bathroom area. I have that like toilet, like outdoor toilet thing right by the archery range. I put that down as the toilets, but then I figured, you know, the Sims will probably need showers and all of that stuff as well. So I ended up building this little like outdoor, like, it's not really outdoor, but it's kind of like a separate little bathroom space. So there's going to be 3 showers in the end. I put in 4 right now, but I replaced one of them with a toilet just because. So there's going to be 3 showers. I also put some lockers in there, you know, just to make it look like, you know, it's like a communal shower space basically. But I did cut out me furnishing all of that. And then I also cut out some of the landscaping, and I can't exactly remember what else. I know I did a lot of like fiddling around. Like I said, this was my very first build with the pack, so there was a lot of stuff that I felt like I wanted to experiment with, and a lot of like gameplay features that I wasn't sure how it was going to work like in gameplay. So that's why I had to cut out a few things, and when I was playtesting this, I believe I did change up maybe 1 or 2 things, I think. I don't think I changed much when I playtested it. I might have moved like one of the appliances in the main tent or something. It was a very, very small change. But yeah, so I did playtest this, like I said. I playtested it for like half a week Sims time, because I had my Sims kids actually come here on like a camp. So I playtested the whole thing. And the way I have it set up, because with these new, I cannot remember what the actual lot names is, what the actual lot type name is. I believe it's like a custom, I think it's called like custom lots or like something like that. But basically you can set up like a schedule for them to make it like, you know, you can set it up to be what you want it to be. So say like you want it to be as like a summer camp for kids. You can set it up to have a camp director, you can have camp counselors, you can have like a set number of spaces for campers to come, and then, you know, You can have like a schedule for them, like when they eat breakfast, and then, you know, after breakfast they have like maybe like study time where they do homework, and then after that they have like a break time or a play time, or, you know, skill building time or things like that. It's very, very versatile. I will make sure to run you guys through what I have it actually set up as when I'm done and we go through like the walkthrough. I'll actually show you the setup, like the time schedule setup that I have for it and that I played with for my Sims. And that, like, getting that set up is a lot of trial and error, because obviously this is a very new system for all of us. It's not something that the game has ever had before, like these like time scheduling things. So knowing how long to make the windows and how many like sets you like, how many sets of like time periods are like workable or things like that, the game actually tells you that each time section basically needs to be at least 3 hours, which is a good thing, because you know how long Sims can take to do stuff. Like, they need all of the time that they can get. So yeah, there was a couple of things that I played around with, and I know I changed the schedule up a little bit as I play tested it. So I'll take you through that once we go and do the tour. But as you can see, there's a lot going on the lot already. We do have this main we have this main tent area that's right in the middle. That's actually where I set up the bed for the counselors, like the 2 bunk beds are for the camp counselors, and then the other bed is for the camp director. They also have like a little mini kitchenette in there, as well as a little seating area. And then I end up putting a grill and the stove that I end up putting in. I actually put those outside because I put in that like wood burning, the stove that it looks like it's a wood burning stove. So in my head, you know, they could run that maybe like off a gas, maybe it's like a gas stove, or it is an actual wood burning stove. So it would make sense to have it like on a campground, and especially a campground like this where it's not supposed to look like something that's, you know, it doesn't like just randomly pop up somewhere. It's not supposed to look like that sort of campground. It's supposed to look like a campground that's kind of like, it's built in, like it's there all year round. It doesn't move, but it is still a campground. So yeah, so that main tent is for like the, I guess the grown-ups, you would say. Then there's 2 other like cabins or tents, I say in air quotes, that I have set up with 4 beds in each of them. They're not gendered or anything like that. They're all fairly neutral. I think one of them is a little bit more blue and green. The other one I think is more like yellow and green. But yeah, so there's 2 tents, I say like again in air quotes. So there can be like 8 campers, 2 counselors, and then the camp director. And then the rest of the lot is all activities. Obviously we have that little bathroom area, but the rest of the lot is all activities. So we have a little archery range. We have that absolutely huge playground set that I absolutely adore. I love those playground pieces that we now have that you can like make like custom playgrounds. I had so much fun with that in this build. There's a bit of it that I had to cut out, but yeah, that was just because I spent so much time with it. Like I said, this was my first build, so all of this stuff is me playing around with the new items for the first time. So a lot of it was me just being indecisive, not knowing what I was doing, not knowing what I needed, all of that fun stuff. So it was a little bit of a like mess around session as well as a build session, if that makes sense. But yeah, we have a bunch of picnic benches, we have a couple of campfire pits, and I have a couple of those like kayaks around. I wanted to make it look like this is a very busy, very lively space that a lot of kids come to, and maybe not even just for like spending like a couple of days here. Maybe you even have kids that come here just for the day to just hang out or skill build, or you know, whatever you want to do. But with all of that said, you guys, I want to say that I love the build buy in this. See, there goes my throat. I'm going to have to cut off this voiceover right here, you guys, because I can feel a coughing attack coming. So I'm going to cut this off right here. I'm going to put on some music for the next like 10-ish minutes of this speed build. I hope you stick around for it. But I will be back for the tour at the end so that we can have a proper look through and like walk through of the lot, because there's a lot that I want to point out that I probably won't get to in this voiceover. But yeah, I also do want to mention quickly, this won't be up on the gallery yet because the pack isn't out for everyone yet. But I will be saving my save files, and when I get the game in my normal game where I have access to the gallery, because this is a different version of the game, I don't have gallery access at all. But when I have the pack in my normal game, I will try and put the save files into my normal game and then save the build and upload it that way so that you guys can play with it. I will have all of the gallery information in the description once it is up there, so just keep an eye out for it. But with all of that said, I'm gonna switch off the voiceover and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so here we are with the finished build. As you guys can see, obviously this is a different version of the game, so my name is floating around on the screen. I forgot to mention that in the voiceover. But yeah, that's why my name is floating around on the screen. I actually see it myself like the whole time that I'm playing. But yeah, we have the Paradise Play Camp. It's on a 40x30 lot. And it is a custom venue lot type. I didn't give it any lot traits. Because I don't think, we don't have like the child's play area or anything like that. Otherwise, I would have given it that one. But this is only base game and the new pack, so yeah. But I did set up a little schedule for the camp. So basically you have, if you set up a schedule, you can set up camp counselors. You can have more than 2, like less than 2, it doesn't really matter. I set up a couple of Sims that I assigned because I wanted to make them teenagers for some reason. You can have a camp director. You can choose who you want this to be, or you can just have the game decide. I also set up a couple of campers as well. Obviously, again, you can choose who you want that to be. It's all up to you. But then you can set up a little schedule. So this is the one for Paradise Play Camp. But you can choose a couple of preset ones if that's something you want to do, or you can save a new preset. But I have it set up as 6 AM is breakfast. Then we have build child skills, and then the camp counselors and everyone, they'll mentor the kids as they learn. We have free time where they can just play and do whatever they want. The camp counselors and things will clean up or socialize or whatever. 5 PM is campfire time, so hanging out the campfire, eating, all of that fun stuff. Then we have self-care, where basically it just means campers will self-care, like they'll take care of their needs. Camp counselors will also do that. They'll also clean up if there's like dirty dishes or things like that around. And then 11 PM is sleep time, where everyone will go to bed, they'll find a bed and they'll go to sleep. But as I said, you can change up this schedule as much as you want. You can change up what they do during that time. You can delete it completely. You can change the time that you want. It's all up to you. But yeah, so this is our finished little campground. There are a couple of things that I changed off camera that I'll run you guys through in a second. But as you could have seen if you watched the whole video through, I ended up playing around with the colors for the playground. I absolutely love this. I love all of the colors, and it's just, I had a lot of fun mixing and matching pieces because they all have the same swatches. But then obviously you can go through and change them up however you want. We have a couple of different access points. We have some slides. We have this, I don't know what this is actually called. It's a climbing wall apparently. Yeah, so we have that. We have a couple of interactive fence pieces. I also play tested this and it works, where you can have child toys and skill building items underneath these raised pieces. So I have a dollhouse, some stuffed animals. I have a couple of activity tables and things like that under there as well, and they're all accessible. They all work perfectly fine. But yeah, so that's our little campground space, or playground space basically. We have one of the fire pits over here right in the front, and then we have another one over here in the corner that it looks like someone was in the middle of cooking on it. But yeah, we have another little one over there in the corner. We have a bunch of different picnic tables as well. And one of the changes I made is I actually put down some of these DIY paper crafting things on here as well. So yeah, Sims can actually sit there and do paper crafts and do the old paper mache thing, origami and things like that. But yeah, so we have that. We have our little outdoor kitchen where we have a grill, coffee maker, mini fridge, a stove and everything like that. And then in the main tent, we have, I think you guys already saw everything in the speed build, but I did change around the microwave and the smoothie maker. I swapped those two appliances, but other than that, I don't think I changed anything in here off camera. So that's the main tent. It looks like that from the outside. I love it so much. Now, next up, we have one of the kids' tents, and apparently I have it set up to be auto lighting. So let me just turn on all of the lights so that we can see properly. But yeah, this one is a little bit more blue and yellow apparently. But we have another activity table, we have a couple of beds, we have, you know, some storage and things like that, some clutter but not too much. And then we have the other tent, which is over here, which is a little bit more blue and red and yellow kind of. So yeah, basically exactly the same. Some of the items are a little bit different, mostly just the swatches are different. I didn't want to personalize them too much obviously because it's for campers, it's not like their house or like their bedrooms at home obviously. We also have a couple of chest tables around for when they build skills and they want to do that. And then through here we have a little walkway where I have some, you know, storage, some bins, all of that stuff. And then we have our bathroom. We have 3 sinks for them to brush their teeth. We have a couple of showers and then a toilet stall as well. All fairly basic, just functional, more function than like form basically. But then if you go this way around the side, we have another little entrance. We also have a monkey bars, we have a swing set, and then we have these outdoor toilets, obviously, some more kayaks stacked, and then we have our little archery range as well. But that is basically it for this entire build, you guys. I'll give you a floor plan shot of it. So this is basically the floor plan for the entire build. But yeah, that is basically it for this build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are excited for this pack and you want to see more videos of it, then feel free to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video, and also hit the like button, because the more you guys like and interact with my videos, the more the YouTube algorithm will actually put my videos out there, and then, you know, more people will see it, the channel will grow, all of that fun, you know, YouTube created things that I feel like a lot of people talk about, but I don't know, I feel like I haven't mentioned it in a while. But yeah, if you guys want to do that, obviously feel free. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, it will be up in the gallery once the pack is out for everyone. If there are any other builds you guys would like to see, probably for when I have the pack in my normal game, I do have a couple of ideas that I want to test out with like cross-pack gameplay and things like that. But I'll keep that as a little bit of a surprise. But if you have any other build suggestions, feel free to let me know. And again, sorry that my voice is not the best and that I had to, like, you know, put music on for like a third of the video. But like I mentioned in the voiceover, that might be happening for the next couple of videos. So yeah, just bear with me as I get better and heal up. Hopefully it won't take too long. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you have an amazing weekend. Hopefully I'll have another video out over the weekend as well, and then some more next week. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you all in my very next video. Bye everyone.